Good morning, good morning. I'm Reverend Valorie Gunsch, and fall is my favorite time of the year, especially since my birthday is in the fall, too. And I like this cooler air, but yet the warmer days, maybe cooler, crisper nights. And I want to welcome you to Unity of Richmond's celebration service and welcome those who are visiting with us today from other places. We have a couple right up here in the second row raising their hands, Shayna and her husband. And they're here from Abingdon, Virginia. Yes. So we welcome anybody else who's first time here today. Second time, third time, all right. Well, if you haven't already gotten one of our welcome kits, we want to make sure that you do get that from us. It's an exciting day. Fall festivals, there's stuff going on all the time. Yesterday we came for a memorial service and the whole streets and blocks were filled with cars for a 5K run for mental health. And so there's all kinds of things going on, including our youth car wash today. So you saw them when you came in the door. They are going to rally pretty soon, and that's in Fairfax, Virginia, and they are having a car wash fundraiser. So if you haven't already dropped off your keys or you got an appointment to have your car washed, see them after the service. And let's see. We want to do our statement together, our vision, a unity of Richmond. We are transformed lives, transforming the world. And our service leader today is Maureen Anderson. She's also the treasurer of our board. And she's going to lead us in the daily word.
Here, would you like that? Thank you. Thank you and welcome. Is this on? I think it is. There we go. I'm tall, so let's do that. There we go. So today's daily word is grace. Through divine grace, I am abundantly blessed in every way. Grace is an awareness that wherever I am, God is. It is my reminder to let God be God in me. Grace assures me that I am never alone on my journey through life, that no matter what I do or fail to do, I am unconditionally loved and accepted at the level of spirit. Grace touches every area of my life. In a lonely moment, grace is the overwhelming awareness that I am loved. It is the surprising way through a challenge that I considered unsolvable. It is my whole body suddenly glowing with the power of divine life, even as I experience a health challenge. These are just some of the many ways I experience grace. Grace need not be, nor can it be earned. It is a divine gift available at every moment. As I open my heart to divine grace, I am filled with indescribable peace. From Hebrews chapter 13, verse 25, grace be with all of you. And join me in saying the affirmation 3 times. Through divine grace, I am abundantly blessed in every way. Through divine grace, I am abundantly blessed in every way.
Everybody join along with us. Stand if you wish. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Entire consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Thank you. That was lovely. So, Join me in closing your eyes or holding a soft gaze. Take a nice deep breath and exhale slowly. We come to this place here and now this morning, joining our Unity community in love and peace. And we're so happy and grateful for the opportunity to be together as this Sunday morning service unfolds and helps us know our oneness with God, the reality that God and we are one. And it is from this place that we claim and accept divine order, health, prosperity, peace, love, and all good things in life. Amen. Now join me in saying the Metro Richmond prayer. This is something that originates from Richmond Hill Center, a wonderful spiritual community here in Richmond, and we join our voices with many other churches around the Richmond area praying this prayer. Say it with me. We pray for the schools and educational institutions of metropolitan Richmond, for all public, private, and religious schools, for students, teachers, and support personnel, including cafeteria workers, building and ground staff, and school bus drivers, for all preschools and daycare centers, and for children in homeschools. That's beautiful. Now for our opportunities. The first one we don't have a slide for. I'll hold up this little picture. I don't know if you can see, but this pretty little picture shows us Dan O'Neill and Nancy Orr, and they are doing a Glad Hearts Gathering, vibe-raising community singing and meditation on the all third Sundays of any given month from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. here at Unity of Richmond. And they request, they say a generous love offering is suggested. And the generous part, that reminds me of what Reverend Joyce used to say all the time. She used to say, give until it feels real good. So come on over for that next Sunday. It's a lot of fun. Then we also have a Reiki Healing Circle coming to church on September 15th after the service at around 12:30. It'll be here in our sanctuary, and they're asking for a love offering. So you can experience the collective power of healing in a Reiki circle. And if you're a seasoned practitioner and you want to offer Reiki services on that day, you're welcome to come and bring your own table if you are a practitioner. And if you're not, if you just want to receive Reiki services, just come up and you'll feel your harmony, deepen your practice, and awaken your spirit in this uplifting community gathering. The cost is a love offering to Unity, and you would sign up at unityrva.org/events. So the next one is Chant Night, and again, Dan O'Neill and Nancy Orr are bringing beautiful music to us on Chant Night. So we will lift the vibration of the community and raise our energy into peace and wellness. And we do this at all of the seasonal changes. So at the spring and fall equinox and in the summer and winter as well. So that's just an exciting time. And it will be September 19th at 7 p.m. here at Unity of Richmond, which is a Thursday, September 19th. So come and enjoy. You have a story. This is a writing workshop offered by Jonathan Neely, and I've attended his writing workshop before. I also attended when he had offerings. He would do 6-week sessions, and for 2 hours people would get together and write. But at this workshop, it's much like what he did then, and it was wonderful. He says, we've all got stories, big and small. There's that funny thing that happened when you walked the dog this morning, or there are memories from last year's vacation, what it was like to be the youngest child in your family, or what your relationship with your parents was like. Whatever the case, giving voice to narratives inside of you is a great tool for spiritual awakening. So it's what it is. It's an opportunity to write openly and honestly about life. Writing just for the heck of it is healing and clarifying and fun. It's happening Sunday, September 22nd from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., and it is here at Unity. Jonathan's offering the workshop as a gift, and love offerings of any kind are welcome in exchange, which he's donating to the church. To participate, please bring a pen and a notebook. And like I said, they're wonderful. He gives feedback, and his ear, how he tunes into what you write, and he picks out the things that he likes. Especially he gives positive, constructive comments, and it's just a really magical time. And there's something special that happens when you're writing while other people are writing. There's something that happens, the energy in the room, it's just unbelievable what flows forth. And so I think you'd be happy if you came. So join us for that. And then the next slide is the drum circle. October 19th, Saturday from 7 p.m. to 8:30. Feel the energy and connection as we drum to the beat of our collective spirit, regardless of our experience level. So that's a lot of fun. You can bring your own instruments, and we have lots too, but if you have anything, a shaker or a little drum, feel free to bring it and join it. It's a lot of fun. And then the last slide is for a car wash. You all saw the Youth of Unity when you came in. They are offering a car wash. They're raising funds to help them finance their annual, the fall rally. They have 2 rallies, one in the fall, one in the spring. And this is helping them raise the funds to go to rally. And the rallies are so important to the teens, and they do a great job. So feel free, if you haven't already given them your keys to wash your car, feel free to jump up now. The minister understands, right? So go ahead and support them. What they say, when church is over, your car will be squeaky clean. And I'd like to just add another note about the raffle, that we have a 50-50 raffle going on. Armand was out in front offering raffle tickets to people. They're $5 a piece. And the way it works is that on September 15th, at the end of the service, we're going to draw the winner, and we split the proceeds 50-50. They get half, we get half, and win-win. And then there was something else you wanted me to say about, or you're going to say it about, okay, Valorie has additional announcements about our fall festival. Go ahead, thank you.
Well, you can see out on our table there, we have several components of this fall festival that is October 5th, and many hands make light work. There are a few stations that don't have any volunteers, so I wanted to call to your attention. For the leader or chair is Jackie Niles, so if there are any, there's Furry Friends is one of them, so some arrangement of having either pets, pet adoption area or something, and helping with that, coordinating. We have volunteers there. We surely can always use help with publicity, getting the word out, take some flyers, pin them up in the coffee shops and so forth. If you have any marketing experience, please come see us so we can get that information to share with the greater community. And the vendor station, which is the station that is chaired also by Jackie, but that'll be, inviting vendors. This is kind of ahead of things, help with inviting vendors, directing where they should set up their tables, and assisting them, with the things that they might need. So please, if you have any inclination towards any of these, we would love to have some extra volunteers to assist with that, and we'll have this out on the table. One other thing I wanted to bring to your attention, next week, Barbara Hess, our licensed Unity teacher, and Yogi, she will be speaking, because Mayor and I will be out of town for a week. And she's speaking on living life from the inside out. So don't miss that. We all know what a wonderful speaker and guide she is for meditation. And so that's next Sunday's service. And then the following, Jonathan is speaking as well, so as well as doing the workshop after. One other thing, I have a little table over here. Our focus is prayer. Our prayer chaplains are here after the service today. We're having, right after the service, a healing service. We have World Day of prayer slips over here at the door. Those prayer slips can be submitted to us. We will then also pray with them, our prayer team, for 30 days. And then also Unity World Headquarters Prayer Ministry will pray. So Please think of any prayer requests you might have and fill out one of the prayer request slips. Join us for the healing circle after service, and it will be a wonderful experience and very healing. So that concludes our opportunities and announcements for today. And now our singers for today, Armand and Vicky.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Grander earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of our voice. Seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken for my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me.
Far be it from me to not believe, even when my eyes can't see. And this mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well. It is well. So go, my soul, and trust in us. The waves and the wind still know our name. So let go, my soul, and trust in us. The waves and the wind still know our name. The waves and the wind still know our name. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul.
Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me.
Thank you, Vicki and Armand, Ian, Forrest, and Ryan. Thank you so much. Well, a perfect song for our topic today and our week approaching with the Unity World Day of Prayer 24-hour prayer vigil, which begins on Wednesday, September 11th, for a full 24-hour period. You can participate in a number of ways. You can go online to Unity worlddayofprayer.org, or just go worlddayofprayer.org 2024, and you can register for this free event and hear some of the speakers, presenters, and participate in some of the contemplative questions and focus. This year it is, my faith can move mountains. So, it takes practice, it takes regular practice, doesn't it, to go to that place where it is well with my soul through it all, right? So that's what our topic is today. Is like, how shall I pray? How shall I pray? Or teach me to pray. Have you ever felt intimidated about prayer and wondered what is the best way to pray? Or I don't feel comfortable praying, with other people or whatever. What is prayer anyway, and who is prayer for? Well, it's for all of us. So today I'm going to address some of the practices of prayer, and also how we can fully participate in a prayer practice, and that's specifically focused this week as well. You can also do your own prayer vigil at home. Light a digital candle for 24 hours and just keep that prayer consciousness. So I'd like to start with a definition on the Unity website. Actually, unity.org says this about prayer. Prayer in its simplest form is any conscious attempt to experience the presence of God. Prayer is a deliberate activity, one of seeking to recognize our oneness with God, of opening ourselves to the power of God as it moves through us in new and wonderful ways. Now, once this happens, however, prayer becomes something even more. As our awareness of the presence of God expands, prayer becomes the experience of being part of God, of centering ourselves directly in the creative flow of the universe, of perceiving things not with our human eyes, or our human ears, or our human minds, but perceiving things from the divinity within us. We pray not to God or for God as something separate from us, but from that sacred presence, which is our very essence. And this Wednesday, I'm going to give you a sneak peek on the World Day, or it's actually Thursday's World Day of Prayer. It says, "In prayer I claim my spiritual power. When situations and circumstances weigh heavy on me, I pray to remind myself of the problems of the world are no match for the presence and power of God. Prayer helps me keep life in perspective. The things of the world will come and go, just as my fortunes will rise and fall. Prayer may not keep me from life's inevitable low points, but it can help me to rise above them." And so, in prayer, I claim my spiritual power. So we claim that presence that resides everywhere in prayer. Now, there are some scriptures about prayer. We also sang a song, Our Thoughts Are Prayers, at the beginning. Anyway, 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18 says, "Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances." And then Jeremiah 33:3, "Ask me, and I will tell you remarkable secrets you do not know about things to come." So, is there a right time to pray, or a right way to pray? Pray without ceasing is the answer. Always keep that consciousness of prayer. Always think of going to prayer first And if we can't get there ourselves, that's when we lean on our prayer chaplains. That's when we lean or call the prayer ministry with Unity, which is now available again to call 24/7. So Unity has, I'm going to review a little bit, a 5-step prayer process, which we call our prayer process. It's a basic process, but it's where we are not just praying out loud, but we are also listening and receiving. We always include an interactive dialogue in our prayer process. Now, the steps are, we start with relaxation. You find that in every meditation that we do. We want to just take a moment to relax the tension, in the body or the mind. And then we want to take the mind's focus onto something that is like, be still and know peace, or be still and know God, or peace be still, or a mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, where we're consciously making contact through, with the divine. And then we wait, then we sit with the questions or whatever, and we wait to receive. That's the meditation part. We are just practicing listening. And the realization is when those realizations, those truths are revealed, and they come to us in whatever, pictures or messages or feelings of peace, it is well with my soul, and that sort of thing. So that's our prayer process. Now, we're known to do affirmative prayer in Unity, in New Thought, and we have that affirmative piece, which is where we go consciously to embody that presence of the mind of God within us. Now, there is, if we want to think of prayer and our consciousness, and you can make them kind of, there's this metaphor of computers. Computers have hardware, operating systems, and programs. So does our consciousness. So in our consciousness, there's that physical, our experience. There's that physical world experience that we're having. That's the hardware. The operating system is our consciousness, and we can be in a personal consciousness where we're looking from the outside in and looking to solve problems from the outside in, or pray from the outside in, or we can turn within to spiritual consciousness and go from the inside out. And the program are our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions, and our beliefs. So we get to choose our programs. Now, there is an old school prayer that when Reverend Chris Chenoweth was alive, he used to do a workshop called How to Power Pray, and he would tell us about different types of prayer that we tend to have, and I'm just calling it old school prayer. One of those prayers he called the ostrich prayer. Dear God, this cannot be happening. Dear God, please make it stop. Okay, that's ostrich. Bury your head in the sand. Ignore, deny, whatever. Then there's beseeching or begging prayers. Please, 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 please. Help me. Yeah. Or there's bargaining, like, dear God, I promise I'll come to church every week if you will get me to the gas station on these fumes that are left in my tank. Now, all seriousness aside, there are times when we don't know. We have, things are tragic. We hear of tragedies, of shootings or wars and things like that. And Greg Braden, who has done a program about the ancient language of God, he has a series on that, and he talks about what the ancients would do. And he got this from, it's called Awakening the Power of a Modern God, Unlocking the Mystery and Healing Your Spiritual DNA. That's the program. And he talks about the ancient forebears that left templates or blueprints for prayers, and that's universal to all cultures. The Lord's Prayer is an example. Jesus said, pray in this manner, but he didn't say pray these words, these exact words. And if you break down the manner in which the prayer was said, it is, you name the presence. This is universal, as he said, to multiple Christian prayers, Muslim prayers, Jewish prayers, and the like. So you name the presence you're praying to, the command or the claiming of it to make us feel it, become one with it, and the praise and thanksgiving. And those are the components. And one of the things that he mentions is in times of tragedy, when it's so difficult to understand or be able to get out of our fragility of our human experience. He said the ancients did what they called, a prayer of blessing. And the prayer of blessings that they did was they would bless the sufferer, bless the one who inflicted the suffering, and bless the ones who witnessed the suffering. So that means all of us, right? So we witness it as well. So to remember that in times of tragedy, it's difficult. It is. It truly is. But to bless the sufferer, bless the one who inflicts the suffering, and bless the ones who witness it. Now, also, if we look in the scriptures, we see that there were about, different kinds of prayer in which Jesus prayed. And there are 4 kinds of prayer and that are documented. One is colloquial prayer, which is conversational. And the second one is a petitional or asking prayer. And the third is a ritual prayer. We find ritual prayers in many various religions. Even you could say our prayer for protection is a ritual prayer that we say together at the end of the service. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, right? And then also there's our feeling-based prayer, which is our affirmative prayer, our unity method. That's praying, to access that oneness, to come back to our oneness with that presence and power that is everywhere present. Okay. Now there's a story. I don't know. I bet many of you have some experiences where prayer has impacted your life, or where you could call a miracle happened or took place. Now, there's a story that Carolyn Mace tells in one of her books, and I think it's in The Anatomy of Spirit. She's the author of Anatomy of Spirit and Sacred Contracts. And she tells a story about a woman who attended her workshop. And this woman was driving down the highway one day, is recounting this story to her, that she had gone down the highway one day and traffic was stopped due to an automobile accident. She immediately, as she was stopped there in her car, she immediately prayed for whomever was in this accident, because it was quite serious. There were emergency service personnel there around that car. So she said her prayer as she waited. She went about her business, and one day, months or weeks later, there was a knock on her door. And when she came to her door, there was a woman there, and she had a bouquet of flowers for her. And the woman said, "You don't know me. Some time ago, I was in an auto accident in which the paramedics had to revive me because my heart had stopped. And I had, she'd gone into code blue. So while I was above my body, I could see the energy of all the cars around and all the traffic. I could see the energy coming from the cars that were stopped on the highway. There was frustration and anger, like it was brown, energy that was, that she could see the impatience and feel the impatience of others in their cars. And then she saw this rose-colored light or energy coming from this woman's car when she was praying for her. She said, I wanted to personally come and thank you for your prayer. And she had, actually, when she came back, she could remember the license or plate of her car. And that's how she was able to look up where the woman lived and was able to go and thank her for that prayer. That's quite a profound manifestation of the power of prayer. Now, we say over and over that prayer doesn't change God or the nature of God. Prayer changes us. So we want to make sure that we remain prayer. I don't know, you could call yourself a prayer warrior if you want, but that we always remember no matter what we're hearing or listening to on the news, goodness, instead of getting all caught up in it, let's pray for that situation, that person. Pray for peace. Keep that consciousness of prayer going at all times. So our Unity World Day of Prayer message this week, is about, with my faith, I can move mountains. I can move mountains. So with our faith, remember Jesus said that in Matthew. He said, if you have a little bit of faith, like the grain of a mustard seed, which, by the way, is about the size of a grain of sand. I have a little box of mustard seeds at home. Now, if you have faith, as little as a grain of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there. A mustard seed of that size can actually, in the Middle East, it did grow to the size of a giant tree. So, with a little ounce of faith, that's a belief in something greater than what you can see in front of you, before you, without the evidence of seeing it. With a little ounce of faith, you can open the door of possibilities, of solutions, of what will heal, what will restore harmony in your life. So that presence of God within you can heal a hurt, it can heal your body, it can heal a troubled mind. So we want to continue to put that little ounce of mustard seed faith and keep it going, no matter what's happening in before us. So take those words of Jesus seriously and think about now, what are the mountains in your life, though, that you may seem impossible to move, There might be some things that you're encountering. So we want to use our faith it till you make it. So once you say the prayer, or that you're with a prayer chaplain and we pray with you, we don't go back to doubting the outcome. We keep affirming the truth, and we keep focusing forward on that truth. Okay, so my faith moves mountains. That's the Unity World Day of Prayer theme. The affirmation is, my faith moves mountains. And fueled by faith, I can move mountains. That's our centering statements for this week's day of prayer. My faith moves mountains, and fueled by faith, I can move mountains. Now, that's not your ego that's moving the mountains. It's that presence and power of God that is moving the mountains, that God that expresses in and through you. So, back to our beginning question, is there a right time or a wrong time to pray? No, there isn't. Is it up to the minister? Is it up to the prayer chaplains? No. We all have the power to pray, or the capacity to pray, but not let ourselves get intimidated by that idea of what prayer is. And Unity has this booklet called The Comfort of Prayer, and it's got some writings in here. And Mary Kopferle, who is an early Unity minister and teacher, she wrote a little article or in one of her publications called What Prayer Can Do for You. Prayer is for anyone and everyone. It is a natural inclination of the child or the adult. It is not a strange, fanatical, or emotional approach to a problem, but a quiet, Christ-like attitude that looks for the good in everything and everyone. It is an attitude of heart and mind that knows there is a good outworking for every challenge. If you will accept this statement that prayer is the answer, that prayer is power, and that prayer can change all things that need changing in your life, you have placed yourself in the stream of blessing that is available to all who ask in faith, believing. If you are unhappy, prayer can lift you into a new lightness of heart, joy, and happiness. If you are plagued with resentment and bitterness regarding a person or situation, prayer can bring a new understanding that will fill you with peace and amazing love. If you are fearful, prayer can transform you into a person of great courage. If you appear sick or financially lacking, prayer can heal your body and restore your affairs. There is nothing prayer cannot do for you. Prayer is your inner contact with wisdom, understanding, and inspiration. Prayer is your awareness that the Spirit of truth of which Jesus spoke is not only with you, but within you, ready to teach you all things. The Spirit of truth will guide you into all the truth, and he will declare to you the things that are to come. John 16:13. Now, a few moments of being still and quieting your mind and listening within will so calm your thoughts that you can pick up your work and activities with renewed wisdom and confidence. A few moments of complete silence, acknowledging the presence of God surrounding you, within you, will bring forth new strength and assurance that will fill your body with fresh vigor and vitality. True prayer is an inner attitude. Prayer makes no demands concerning time or location. Remember that? No demands concerning time or location. Right where you are, at your place of business, in your car, on the way driving somewhere, in the traffic jam. Okay, I've added that. In your business, on the street, in the home, you can pray and pray effectively. The presence of God is everywhere at all times. If you think you do not know how to begin praying, listen within, and this Spirit of truth will teach you. If you feel inadequate about praying, be still and obedient, and the Spirit within will guide you. Pray in your way. You will see that your life will be transformed and blessed. Stand on no formality. Do not be ashamed to pray. Do not feel guilty because you have prayed infrequently before. Begin to pray now in your own way, in your own time, in your own place of life, and see what prayer can do for you. And that's from a beautiful book called God Will See You Through by Mary Kupferle. So we might have some more of these booklets because these are booklets that Unity publishes for outreach. So if we don't, we'll get some more in, and you can have a copy for yourself. So that, my friends, is a little bit on how to pray, how to keep a prayer consciousness. And so now let us prepare for meditation, and with that meditation time, we'll use the Unity World Day of Prayer guiding prayer. And so let us take a moment right now and go through those steps of relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and gratitude. So we just take this time right now to relax in your chair. Just be aware of your breath, breathing in and out, that life of spirit that comes in and out without you having to think about it. And out, in with each inhale, breathing in the light and love and awareness of spirit. Breathing out with each exhale, any tensions that you might be holding in your body, any worries that you might have in your mind, just breathe in that presence and breathe out relaxation. And to that busy mind, which brings in various thoughts, we will just say, peace, be still. Just take a few moments to keep that thought, peace, be still. Peace, be still. Say it silently to yourself. And so right now we take this time to align with source energy. I breathe into the awareness of our divine potential and allow for the magnificent truth to declare, my faith moves mountains. My faith moves mountains. At various times in life, in my life, through the evolution of my consciousness, I may be faced with tenuous circumstances. I may be caught up in the swirling experience of chaos, confusion, and unease. Through the power of prayer, I realign with the origin of my divine being and invite calm, organized thoughts that redirect the focus of my energy to become productive and affirming. Now, activating the power of faith, I am aware of the activity of God always moving forward, upward to a higher vibration of creation. I know this activity is working for my highest good. I am filled with a mighty faith. The truth allows me to direct my actions with clarity and confidence. I know what is mine to do, and I do it with ease. I rest easily when it's time to wait. I stride boldly when it is time to move forward. Filled with mighty faith, I move mountains to bring about my highest and best expression in all facets of my life. My highest thought comes easily and creates space for healing, greater wisdom, and unconditional love. to be expressed through me in my every word, thought, and deed. Aligned in faith, I declare that no thought, no one, and nothing has the power to tamper with that which I am co-creating with Source. For this strength and this power and this light and this love and this order and this release and all of these 12 attributes that we have at our ability to practice. For all of these, and this awareness of that presence, that light of God, that light of good that is shining within and without, I give thanks. And I can say it is well with my soul. So it is. Now we'll come together and sing.
Someone is praying for you. Someone is praying for you. Be comforted. Be comforted. Someone is praying for you. Someone is knowing the truth for you. Be comforted in love.
Thank you, Vicky, and thank you, Armand and Vicky and Ryan and Forrest and Ian. You guys are the best. It's time for our prosperity portion of the service. So will the ushers please come forward, and then we'll say our prosperity blessing together. Divine love flows from me as a spirit of generosity. I know that as I give generously, I enter the flow of abundance. Every good possibility comes into view as I swim in the stream of infinite good. I am the harmony of divine love, blessed and overflowing. Amen.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up for more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. Yeah. Good job.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're so blessed to have this musical team here at Unity, and every Sunday we get to hear this wonderful music. Thank you. It's time to bless the gifts. Join me in saying, we give thanks for the gifts that will support our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. And do we have any youth here? Yes, we do. We have a sweet little Juju with us. Would you like to come forward?
Bring them up. 1, 2, 3, We are walking in the light as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
What a beautiful butterfly dress you have today, Juju. I love it. Here you go.
Do you want to say what we did today? Anything? No? We did just about everything possible today. That's what we did.
Thank you. We also want to thank everybody who makes this service possible. We are grateful for the people who garden and keep our interior space beautiful as well, for our music team, for our teachers, for our men of unity, our women of unity, everybody who makes this community what it is. I also want to emphasize that the prayer service is happening immediately after the service. It's been published that it's happening at 12:30 at various places, but it's happening pretty much right after the service. We're going to make a circle of chairs for the healing circle. Our prayer chaplains, we have Stephen and Tom. They're going to be available for one-on-one praying. And we also have, as Reverend Valorie said, the slips for you to write on, and those will get prayed over for 30 days here and then sent on to Silent Unity for 30 more days of prayer. So we're also grateful for our AV team and the ushers and Debbie and just everybody. And Valorie, really. Valorie, we are just so grateful that you're our minister. You're just such a good leader. You give good messages, and you just manage everything so well with such a spirit of love, and we love you. And that's it. It's time for the prayer of protection, that traditional ritual prayer that we do here. And then we'll sing our peace song. So stand up and join us all for that. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Every